world of shifting alliances and growing tensions, a chilling question hangs in the air. If a third world war ever broke out, which nations would have the best shot at survival? While the thought is terrifying, it's a fascinating strategic puzzle. Let's explore the countries best positioned to weather the storm of a global conflict. First up, we have Switzerland, the classic fortress nation. For centuries, Switzerland has been the poster child for neutrality. It hasn't fought a foreign war since 1815. This isn't just a political stance, it's a national identity built into their very landscape. The Swiss Alps are more than just scenic mountains. They are a natural, near-impenetrable shield. But it's what's inside those mountains that's truly impressive. Switzerland is riddled with thousands of nuclear fallout bunkers, enough to shelter its entire population. They have a policy of armed neutrality, meaning every citizen is part of a well-trained militia, ready to defend their homeland at a moment's notice. Their economy is robust and self-sufficient, and their infrastructure is designed for resilience, even if the rest of Europe descended into chaos. Switzerland is engineered to seal its borders, hunker down, and wait out the storm. It's not about winning a war. It's about outlasting it. Next, let's head far north to the island nation of Iceland. In a global conflict, distance is a powerful defense, and Iceland has plenty of it. Sitting alone in the frigid North Atlantic, it's geographically isolated from the world's major powers and potential battlegrounds in Europe, Asia, and North America. Iceland has no standing army and is not a major military player, making it an unattractive target for strategic strikes. There are no nuclear bases or significant military installations that would put it on an enemy's radar. While it is a NATO member, its primary contribution is its strategic location for monitoring, not for frontline combat. In a worst-case scenario, its remoteness could shield it from the immediate fallout, both literal and political, of a global war. Its reliance on geothermal energy and fishing could also provide a degree of making it a quiet, cold, but potentially very safe haven. Now, let's travel to the complete opposite side of the globe, to New Zealand. Like Iceland, its greatest asset is its isolation. Tucked away in the southwestern Pacific Ocean, New Zealand is about as far as you can get from the world's traditional conflict zones, but its survival potential goes beyond just distance. The country is politically stable and has a long history of More importantly, it's largely self-sufficient. New Zealand has fertile land capable of producing more than enough food for its population, and it generates over 80% of its electricity from renewable sources like hydro and geothermal power. This ability to sustain itself without relying on fragile international supply chains is a massive advantage. If the world's trade routes were to collapse, New Zealand could theoretically maintain a modern standard of living for its citizens. Its quiet, out-of-the-way nature makes it a very unlikely primary target in a major global war. Hidden high in the Himalayas is our next contender, Bhutan. This small, landlocked kingdom has a unique philosophy of gross national happiness, which prioritizes the well-being of its people over economic growth. This peaceful outlook extends to its foreign policy. Bhutan maintains a tiny military and has almost no enemies on the world stage. It deliberately stays out of global political squabbles and is famously difficult to even visit. Its strategic value is practically zero, surrounded by towering mountains and sandwiched between two giants, India and China. Its terrain is incredibly difficult to invade. An attacker would gain little and expend enormous resources trying to take it. By being politically insignificant and geographically fortified, Bhutan could simply be overlooked in a global conflict, a quiet sanctuary remaining untouched while the world burns. Let's turn to a much larger nation, Canada. Canada's survival prospects are built on a foundation of immense space and abundant resources. As the second largest country in the world by land area, it has vast, sparsely populated regions that would be nearly impossible to control or occupy. This sheer size provides a defensive depth that few other countries can claim. Canada is a treasure trove of natural resources, including fresh water, timber, oil, and minerals. It's also a major agricultural producer, capable of feeding its population, and then some. While it shares a long border with the United States, a primary global power, its northern regions are remote and far from most potential combat zones. Its strong alliances particularly through NATO and NORAD, provide a powerful collective security umbrella, and its modern, well-equipped military is focused on defending its vast territory. Its combination of size, resources, and strategic alliances makes it a formidable survivor. Now, let's head down under to Australia. Like its neighbor New Zealand, Australia benefits immensely from being an island continent, far from the epicenters of global power. Any potential invader would have to cross thousands of miles of ocean, a logistical nightmare that would stretch supply lines to the breaking point. This tyranny of distance has been Australia's greatest defense for its entire history. But it's not just a passive defense. Australia has a strong, technologically advanced military with a powerful navy and air force designed specifically for maritime defense. It's self-sufficient in food and has vast reserves of natural resources, including iron ore, coal, and uranium. Its strong alliance with the United States and other Western powers adds another layer of security, combining its remote location with its robust defensive capabilities and resource independence. Australia is a tough nut to crack and a strong candidate for survival. Finally, we look at the Scandinavian nations, particularly Norway, Sweden, and Finland. These countries have lived for decades in the shadow of a major military power, and it has made them exceptionally prepared. They have a total defense model, meaning every part of society is ready to contribute to national resistance in a time of crisis. They maintain highly advanced defense systems, with mandatory military service in some cases, ensuring a well-trained populace. Their governments are stable, and their societies are cohesive and resilient. Furthermore, their northern geography, with rugged coastlines, dense forests, and harsh winters, presents a formidable challenge to any invading force. Sweden and Finland's recent entry into NATO further strengthens their collective security, making an attack on them an attack on the entire alliance. Their long history of strategic preparedness makes them some of the most resilient nations on Earth. In the end, surviving a global catastrophe like a third world war is not just about having the biggest army or the most advanced weapons. It's a complex interplay of geography, political neutrality, self-sufficiency, and strategic foresight. The nations most likely to endure are not necessarily the most powerful, but the most remote, resilient, and prepared to stay out of the fight. So, after hearing about these potential safe havens, which country do you think has the best chance of making it through? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you found this interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.